Today I'm going to be breaking down exactly how much money I made as a foreman union electrician in 2023. We're going to take an in-depth look at my final pay stub and talk about everything, including deductions like union dues. But before I start breaking things down, I want to be absolutely crystal clear about what my intentions are for making this video. This video is in no way meant to be a platform for me to brag or boast about how much money I made last year. The entire purpose of this video is to show anybody who's curious a real world example of how much a foreman can actually make. But I am fully aware that for one reason or another, there's going to be foremen out there who made much more than I did, and also some that made much less than I did. So with that out of the way, let's get into this. Last year as a foreman for IBEW Local 48, I made $63.09 per hour, making my total gross pay for a standard 40-hour paycheck $2,523.60. Of course, by definition, my gross pay is how much I made before taxes and before any other deductions. Now my net pay, what I actually took home after taxes and deductions for a standard 40-hour work week, was $1,700.70. Now in 2023, my total gross pay for the entire year was $138,058.41. Of that roughly $138,000, $36,328.68 were deducted for taxes. Now here, if you want to pause the video, you can see the breakdown of exactly where all of those taxes went. And of course, the amount of money deducted for taxes is going to be different for everybody, depending on all sorts of different factors like where you live, how many exemptions you claim, and so on. Now, in addition to the roughly $36,000 that was taken out for taxes, I had an additional $10,934.88 taken out for other deductions. Now this is an area that I want to spend a little bit of time on to explain how all of this works. First, you'll see that I had $5,482.47 taken out for a deduction that is itemized as vacation. This vacation deduction is what IBEW Local 48 calls our vacation fund. Without getting too into the weeds, it's essentially a forced savings account that was originally intended to be used for taking vacation time. The money in this fund is 100% ours, and it can be used for absolutely anything, not just taking time off. The IBEW with the credit union even sends us a debit card for this account that can literally be used just like any other debit card. So essentially, while this money is itemized as a deduction, it's actually just more money that we made during the year, which technically just increases our overall income. Now next up on deductions is union dues, which I know is something that a lot of you are very curious about. There are 3 different categories of union dues that are deducted from our paychecks, which in my case came to a grand total of $5,452.41. Now one really important thing that I want to mention here, especially since I want to be fully transparent in this video, is that in addition to the union dues that are deducted from our paychecks, IBEW Local 48 members also have to pay basic membership dues, which are an out-of-pocket cost each month. The basic membership dues that we had to pay out of pocket in 2023 were $55.50 every month. And as a quick side note, anytime that I ever mention union dues on my channel, I always factor in all of the different types of dues, both those that are automatically deducted from our paychecks and those that we have to pay out of pocket. And while the union dues do seem like quite a bit of money, especially when you look at the end of the year at how much got taken out for them, I still made $60.34 per hour, even factoring them in. So with deductions out of the way, let's get into what my overall net income was for the entire year of 2023. My entire net income, according to my last pay stub of 2023, was $91,665.25. And as I mentioned before, technically my overall income was higher if I include my vacation pay as income rather a deduction, which it kind of sort of really is. And my overall income should also be slightly less if I factor in the out-of-pocket union dues that I had to pay every month to be a member of IBEW Local 48. Factoring in those numbers in, which I believe is really the most accurate representation of what I actually made, here's what those totals come out to be. My gross income would be $142,874.88, and my net income would be $96,471.72. Now, I was fortunate, depending on how you look at it, to work quite a bit of overtime in the beginning of last year, which definitely increased my overall income. That being said, I also took some time off here and there to just enjoy my life outside of work. Now, if you're curious what a journeyman from IBEW Local 48 made last year, make sure to check out Daily Electrician's YouTube channel, as he just recently actually made a very similar video where he's breaking down his annual wages as a journeyman electrician. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and just smash that like button, and if you're not already, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel with a notification bell turned on. That way you can be notified every time that I release a new video. And lastly, check out my website, madelectrician.com, and subscribe to my newsletter there to stay up to date with all things MAD. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.